Hello guys, it's Epic Dre and welcome to yet another tutorial video. So today we are going to be doing a poster for a couple of Real Madrid players, Rodrygo, Vinicius Jr. and yeah, please if you're enjoying this video or if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. I'm going to select this size here, 1080 by 1235 pixels. Create. I actually want this video to be I don't want it to be more than 11 minutes, so we are going to be pretty straightforward here because I've gone through a lot of these things in my other tutorial videos. You can check out my playlist and you see what I'm talking about. So bringing in Rodrygo goals, that's the first person we are bringing in. Okay, so now I've got my players placed, I just arranged them literally about the center, not exactly at the center, and I think I'm happy with what I am seeing right now. So we're going to head over to the next thing. So let's mess with some shapes right now. I'm just going to bring in let me bring in a rectangle. No, I think I'll use my pen tool and just draw something. So I'm going to use my pen tool and really just draw something here. Okay, so now we've got our shape and I'm literally just going to send it behind. Okay, let's send you right here and change the color. Okay, there you go. So now I have something to do with Rodrygo, so I'm just going to take my brush, create my mask, and increase my brush size. Make sure the opacity is set to 100, kind of like brush down here. Control Z. Oh, his hand. I don't want to really touch that hand, yeah. Okay, so now that I'm done with my masking, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and change the color of this. So gradient overlay color. Let's get to it. So yeah, I'm actually setting up my gradient overlay, and I think I'm going to go with these yellow colors on the jersey and stuff. So yeah, let's tweak that. Okay, now that's our gradient. This is the gradient that I have. So we're moving over to the next part, which is the foot shadows. Okay, foot shadows, isn't it? Let's get to it. So I have a custom foot shadow that I already designed so I can use anytime, and that's what I'm bringing in right now. So I'll simply just scale this real down and kind of work on my foot shadow. Okay, so this is part I would like to throw more emphasis on. Okay, so I'm going to just try and see how I can blend this. I want it to be at the edge of this circle, you see. First of all, I always have something really small directly under. Scale it up again. Done. Now I'll press Ctrl J on my keyboard to create another layer. Ctrl T, open my transform, and just expand this a little bit. So I'm just going to drag it like this. And place it again here. So I'll kind of rotate it a little bit to sync with this. Okay. Now I can go ahead and reduce the opacity of the second one and of the first one as well. 23. So now let's zoom out and actually see what we have. It's not so pleasant, is it? So we still have to work on this again, yeah. Let's move this a little bit up. Oh yeah, I have to send this shadow behind Bellingham, let's say right here. Make sure I keep it above the shape. Oops, Ctrl Z. I guess I just have to lock this layer for Rodrygo. Ctrl T, and I'll shrink this down a little bit. Okay, so Jude Bellingham's boot is kind of cut here, so we won't really be getting at the face. I'm not going to bring it down. Just about here. Use my arrow keys, align it. And now adjust my shadows again. Ctrl T, and I can bring it down. Let's see. drag this a little bit. So I'll go ahead and add some Gaussian blur to this too. Filter. Oh, sorry. Okay, so now the foot shadow for Jude Bellingham is done, and I'm going to head over to the one for Vinicius Junior. Okay, let's get to it. I really like structuring my work in folders, like it gets things really organized, you see. So yeah. Okay, so you can see the way we've done the foot shadow for this. It's basically the same thing we were doing in this other design you get. It's basically the same thing. So let's go ahead and see. I didn't save my work. Make sure you don't do this mistake, guys. Don't do this mistake. Always save your work before you begin. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, now so this is something I always do, like when I've done place my shadows normally, and come over now to this, turn on my brush and quickly just brush over this to give it that kind of nice smooth transition. I'll just add my brush size a little bit too heavy, and I'll kind of like just do this. First of all, add a new layer, clip mask it over this one, and kind of just quickly brush. Oops. So I'll change this color to black, kind of give it that feeling that it's moving from the shadow to the shoe. Let's do that, and okay. So I'm literally doing the same thing for Jude Bellingham, yeah? Like, give it that cool feeling. Okay, now that's all right, don't you think? Let's get to the next part, which is like placing our text. Okay, so now I'm quickly going to add a text. I'm going to add a text with their names, yeah? Okay. Okay, so now that we have this set up, I'm going to go ahead to bring in a background. Let's get to it. So apparently right now this is me looking for a white gradient background to download, of course. And this is always the toughest part, yeah. I saw something really cool somewhere. Let me just see if I can grab it. This, I was intrigued by it, so this is some sort of, okay, it's watermarked. I don't want to go through the stress of removing that watermark right now. Okay, even though this is not what I want, but I think it has a nice ring to it, and I'll just go ahead and save it. Okay, so this is the background that we downloaded, and some will be like, whoa, it's not done yet. I'm just going to do some tweaks to it. Like now I can add my gradient map. So select something. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add the texture. So Vinicius here is really dark. I'm going to make him brighter, and all of those things are going to go down in my camera raw filter. First of all, let's select Vinicius Junior and begin with him. Filter, camera raw filter, and just tweak the exposure and everything to this right. Okay, so basically here what I did was the luminance, I took down the yellow, wanted it to show more, and the aquas I took it down to the end. Of my saturation, this is what I did, and under my effects you can see, and lights, that's what I did. So yeah, now you can see what we finally have for Vinicius Junior. Okay, let's get to Jude Bellingham, and you still repeat the same process. You're basically color correcting here. Okay guys, so finally this is the background that I settled for. This is what I actually settled for. I had to change the colors and stuff. This is a gradient map, as you can see, to tweak the colors. And now over to the next thing. I think I still have to add some like images, maybe of a Bernabeu Stadium. Okay, so now at this stage basically I'm just doing my color grading, and I just came and added a gradient map, as you can see. Set the blending mode to overlay, as you can see, and I can reduce the fill. You can reduce the fill literally whatever I want it to be. I don't want it to be too much, just like give it a nice sync. See how it is, so we can add it a little bit. So now what's left, I'm basically just going to bring in Real Madrid logo. Yeah, so let's bring it in. So I found this really cool picture, and I think I'm going to use it right away. Okay, so let's just scale this up, scale it down quickly. And what I'm going to do is I'll just leave it to normal, and then I can tweak my blending options. Come here, blending options. Okay, so now we have this. You can see I've tweaked it. So to split this, you hold down Alt key and you simply drag. You get okay. Now this is what you have at the end. Okay, and now it's kind of looking pretty nice. Let's see if we can change this to white. It will look brighter. At least we have some darkness. I'll just take cancel, leave it as it is. Okay guys, so I've approached the end of this video, and if you like it, please make sure you give me a like and subscribe to my channel for more interesting content. Turn on notifications and see you in the next video.